Hello, Gina. How are you today? Hope you had a good weekend. How's the sound? Can you hear me well? Good, great. Okay. Well, I suggest we might as well start. Okay. Okay, what you see in front of you is a quick explanation of the settings of what window 3 and 4 are looking like. Okay, so over here you'll see that there's 6 windows apart from windows. So you go window 2, window 3, window 4, window 5, window 6. Okay, the reason I've got that is because what's actually happening is that what I've noticed, or lack of, is the confidence in what window 1 shown, because the focus I've been focusing on has been windows 2, 3, 4, 5, and the information it gives. And just having the center line all by its lonesome up there, it felt a little bit incomplete, and as such, the only line that's actually going to be there will be the orange one. It'll look like this. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see, this is the view you actually get. Okay, the reason I've gone to the other one is to show you the other 2 lines that are above and below the orange timing line. Yeah. Okay, so this is specifically set for the AFPH. Okay, it's a visual convincer. Okay, what is a visual convincer? Is when we look at the chart, the top part says in no uncertain terms whether it's going up or down. Okay, so let me just get rid of my little fibber lights for the time being so that we can actually just see what we need to focus on. Okay, so over here, orange timing line crossed above dotted yellow or pink center line. Yep. So really at any stage, you can see the orange timing lines above it, and with a solid pink, there wouldn't be any thought of actually that this blue line is anything but a fake or to be ignored, because price action still has downward momentum. Okay, so the strength of having that timing line there addresses a few things, but most importantly, it reinforces when there's downward momentum and it hasn't finished. Okay, just as when it's up below the river center line, it also indicates the strength of it. So what that does is it levels window 1 with the same information in the different formats, showing down with pressure with the shadings in windows 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's more complete. Okay, so when we look at a chart, what makes us feel like pushing the button is there's no disruptors or things that could create a gray area of doubt. Okay, so, and this is what I'm adding to it, is this line. It's no ordinary line. It's actually a Keltner channel. Okay, so it's a very strong moving average against our LGTMA, which is really proven its direction and indication of upward, downward, and sideward movement. Yep. So now, with the theme of the center line being, or the orange timing line being up there, as above or below the center line, because windows 3 and 4 are exactly that. Okay, that's what they are showing. Okay, so I'll go back to this picture here. Okay, so over here is the first. This is normally window 3, yeah, because if this is window 2, then this is window 3. Okay, this is a TMA check. What's it checking? It's checking the moving average, okay, trend period, moving average against the river center line, yeah, because this is the river center line settings, yeah. Okay, so each one of these, the first one represents, if we had it as a line upstairs, this would be the gray one. This would be the, sorry, not the gray one, the white one, yeah. Okay, so moving average period 21, price used is 3. 3 is high. Okay, so okay, so we're hard at Lincoln. So you see in here, we've got the same settings. 21, 3, 3. Okay, now having that many lines up top and the center line makes it too busy. Yeah, so this first one is one of the lines, the middle one is the middle line, and the bottom one is the other line. Okay, so virtually what I've done is I've left the orange line above and not shown it as a histogram or shading, and I left a high and low as window 3 and 4. Yep, and what I did is left you with that. Okay, so it looks less complicated. Okay, so virtually I'm still having 3 lines, but I've shown 1 line, and these are all in relationship to the river center line, yeah, but displayed as shading and above. So the connect of this is that the moving average orange timing line up there being above the center line equates to downward pressure. Okay, when you have shading in both windows 3 and 4, now I can actually bring it back up so you can see your windows 4, 2, 3. Okay, so it's back to, there you are, window 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 3 and 4 have a direct relationship and connection to the timing line up there. Okay, the orange timing up there is the middle of the high and the low. Okay, so on the website and on the PDF that I'll be sending out, because now I'm happy with this template, I've actually completed the vertical line cheat sheet, the one-page cheat sheet. Windows 3 and 4 must be, for a cell, must have pink shading, okay? Because if Windows 3 and 4 have pink shading, I'm guaranteed, because that's the middle line, that it would actually have pink shading, yeah? Okay, so makes it very easy now in that relationship. If you don't have the same color shading when you've got a vertical line, then the criteria is not met. Yep. So there's nothing for us to do to go and argue with it. Like over here, you've got two red lines and vertical lines, but the shading says no. The thing is, you've got to remember, we don't want every single trade. We just want the ones that, if it's out of 100%, we want the top 5%. Yeah. We're not interested in every single trade in there. Okay. So we personally want the filter. So by the time the filter comes out, I've already got the trade pretty much gives itself up. Okay, so just going back to okay, so that's what it looks like. Okay, so I was with Graham and Tui, so they've been helping me do live testing and feedback and all this part, just to reinforce that really we are not looking for every single trade, and we'd like to go and have a lot of the stuff, a lot of it easily filtered out. I would prefer a strategy that gives me a black, white, yes or no. Yep. Okay. All the things that held true before, because this is a live market and the shadings may repaint, and you can look back and then you can see if the line's confirmed. It still means that it wants to get a diamond, yeah? Go down. Okay, and you're guided by now not only the river center line being solid pink and having a orange timeline line above to reinforce that, it really keeps you out of even thinking about first responders or anything to that effect. Okay, so as you can see, visually very clean, and on your one-page sheet, okay, thought I had that there, but maybe I didn't. Okay. Okay, lots of chats. Okay, voice just disappeared. Okay, no worries. Okay. Just making sure that, okay, so you should be able to go and see the PDF, pip harvesting using the fulcrum, okay? Step 1, still as is. To open a new candle after a special candle has been identified and marked by its vertical line. We assess to see if special candle has met vertical line for criteria. Use DPH assessor. If yes, do step 2. Now, minimum criteria to confirm blue vertical line buy setup. Current time frame low red diamond has white dotted lines. Yep. Orange line is below green or dotted yellow center line. W3, window 3 and 4 must have green shading. And of course, you must have a blue vertical line marking a special candle. Okay, so it's very succinct. And you can have this printed out. And you've seen the template, what it looks like. Pretty much on minimum criteria, you can assess it in less than 30 seconds, less than 15 seconds, however long it takes. But the more you do it, the more it's a habit, the quicker it'll be, and it'll jump out at you. Okay, if the minimum criteria is met, place trade. It doesn't say think about placing trade. Okay, so the steps are very sequential. Criteria has been met, now place trade, and then use default stop level PDF for step 3. And step 3 just says, well, you've placed a trade now, put your management lines, and adjust the stop loss and take profit. Okay, so this will go out tonight. Okay, so I did say that when I was happy with the template, and this template's been that we've been currently using, the AFPH has been there for a while, as is the vertical line PDF. So it's now ready to be move on to 2019 and be what it's meant to be. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so it's getting back to okay, so just getting back to what the chart looks like. It really is now a black and white with that PDF. Virtually, when you have the vertical line marking and you tick off your minimum criteria, you can see very quickly where the criteria is met. Okay. All the same things that applied before. Okay. You'll find that with this orange timing line, it's a lot easier for your mind to accept, you know, re-entry trades on pullbacks that are alerted by your blue, red and blue arrows. Yeah, like this one here. Okay, so downtrend, price pulled back, and not every time it pulls back you'll get a arrow for a re-entry for timing, but a lot of times you do. Okay, so you can actually, and the alerts that come from the arrows, assess arrow, you all probably notice they're very prompt. As soon as the candle's finished, the alert comes, you know. So look, okay, so they complement the vertical lines quite well, because sometimes the vertical lines, they do come straight after, but a lot of times they may come 4, 5 or 6 candles later if they're dependent on a higher time frame. Say the 5-minute river that draws the vertical lines uses a 1 hour time frame. If it won't be able to draw that line, even though it wants to, you know, if it's the 3rd or 4th 5-minute of that hour, it has to wait until that hour candle finishes and then it draws it. Okay, so the arrows complement in between to give you an alert, to bring your attention back for re-entries. Okay, so what you'll find is having a combination of those and the timing line and the connection of the timing line would actually windows 3 and 4, because windows 3 and 4 are it's like siblings, you know, a high and low brother and sister. Yeah. Okay, so and they pretty much combine to give us a reinforced trend direction. Yep. Okay, so I'll just quickly throw them on again. Okay. Not that you need to go, but for this once, I don't mind showing. Where it comes from and how it fits it. Okay. Excuse me, I'm a little bit quiet. Okay, so we'll just make that another color. Okay. Okay, once again, the main thing you see, it very strongly supports the TMA and giving you trend and direction and strength. Okay, when it's going sideways, it reflects in at least one of those 3 lines, not being above or below. Okay, so basically, make hay when the trend is there, and vice versa. Okay, so all it is, it's a lot easier for us, because we do have the templates and indicators to actually display it in a much gentler way for our eyes. Yeah. Okay, because I can do it down here. Okay, so as you can see, once again, they're linked directly to the relationship of the crossover up here. Okay, the reason why I'm emphasizing that is because Windows 2 and 5 are all about diamonds, yeah? Diamond high, current time frame, higher time frame, etc. That's what Windows 2 and 5, that's how they relate to Windows 1. Now with the timing line, orange timing line, you can see how it relates directly to Windows 3 and 4. So what we now have is total harmony with the bottom 4 windows, Windows 2, 3, 4, and 5, all having direct relationships to Windows 1 in the different aspects. Okay, so, and when we have that sort of balance and we're trading and using the system, it flows a lot easier, and the visual information coming to our eye is very reinforcing. So it makes our gut feel really good about the trade. Yeah. So there's no, it doesn't create any gray areas that could cause hesitation. All right. So that's how and why these relationships are helping filter out really a lot of trades. But as you can see, this is only the 5-minute time frame. I'm just refreshing the chart. Okay, so Okay, so what you see in front of you is virtually Friday. Yep. So there's quite a few throughout the whole day, the morning, the afternoon. Now we're talking about 2 or 3 trades per week. You can see, no matter how busy you are, just on one time frame, there's at least 2 or 3. Okay, so and now with our trading day starting at 7 o'clock because of daylight savings off, you'll find that the first candle blasts off at 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so Euro London is really now even this basically late afternoon. Okay, so very pleasant for us in Melbourne because we get the Asian session, and you know, by dinner time or before dinner and after dinner, we're still getting plenty of opportunity. Yeah. So, and yeah. So once again, the same thing applies. 12-15 minute. We've still got our report lines. Okay. So you can see the harmony now that you know what windows 3 and 4 and how it relates to the orange timing line. You can almost see all 3 lines being above the pink center line because that's what, when they're both pink shadings, it means they're above the river center line. Yeah. So that really supports and gives you that warm feeling that price is going down and you don't have to worry about it going up and hitting your stop level. Yeah. Okay. Are there any questions I probably should ask? No? Okay, so, and as we went through the 5 minutes, you can see this in the 15 minutes. We're also getting a good range of signals per day, yeah? And they come up quite evenly throughout the day. So busy, not busy, or whatever, they present. The reason probably why we didn't find any need or urgency to respond to these lines is because they didn't unfold as easy. The relationships wasn't as specific, and it didn't give you the warm convinces you needed to feel really warm and confident of putting the trade on, because visually it looks and is very supportive of a trade when it meets criteria. Okay, so it's just the way we're wired that majority of us need at least 3 convinces. That means we're looking at something and want to do something. We want to be able to see at least 3 things that make us feel really, really confident about what we're just about to do. Okay, so we don't consciously realize that, but that's what's happening in the background. And if we allow any gray or hesitation, that actually sabotages that warm feeling. Okay, so the remake of tweaking what you're seeing, it's all about finding the convincers that have the best flow. Yep. Okay, yeah. So let me just. Okay, and things like this. This is a Friday. There's a lot of trades, what they're going to look like. You're going to get a pullback, and you've got strong jumping diamond information in front of you, and that alert would have been there and it would have come on time. and there was a 93 pip trade, and that was before non-farm payroll. Okay, so really at that stage, the information, the price was going to go down was pretty apparent. Okay, and once again, the reason is we've got a lot, it's not so bottom heavy now. Now we're able to go and make window one have a bit more depth and strength to it visually. Okay. And okay, so we're not wanting trades, but the trades that come from different time frames when their criteria met, pretty strong. Okay, you can see the distance, the orange lines, common lines away from the pink center, and which would also reflect the other two lines would be well above it. Okay, so the strength there, you got strength and shading in windows 2 and 5, saying it's a jumping diamond or price is looking to go lower than it's been before, which means it wants to go lower than here. Yep. So you had direction and you've got a minimum destination, which was 255 pips at a minimum. Okay. So these trades do pop up, and they do pop up, as you can see, at least a couple of on the 4 hour, probably a couple per month. Some cases it might be up to 6 per month. Okay, so it's just, once again, it's not about doing it all by yourself. It's you and the strategy and the template and the software. It's all teamwork. So what the template and the software is doing now is providing you with visual strength and confirmation that you're seeing correctly, and that it gives you enough information that you can feel very confident about placing any trade that's met criteria. Okay, so I'll be sending, there are some updated indicators. Okay, the LG River has been cleaned out so that, and updated to current build, so it's faster and quicker. It's also got an LG TMA, it's been updated, and one of the things that you can see when you go inside it is that instead of just having closed, open, high, low, medium, typical, and weighted, it's got additional settings that you could put. Okay, so it makes the river very tunable to trend bias. Okay, so even over here, you've got additional trend modes, trend price. So yeah, okay, so these things all help with what it looks like up here. Okay, so I've currently got it, the TMA center line set using a Heikin-Ashi trend bias extreme price. Okay, so what it means is when there's momentum down, it's going to be just that little bit quicker. Okay, so that relationship and moving average, the Keltner channel, it's going to be nice, clean, and certainly not going to be lagging. Okay, so with this updated template, you will actually have indicator updates to reflect it, and you'll have your PDF that's also been updated and the website's been updated. Okay, so I'd be very surprised if everybody didn't get at least 2 or 3 really nice trades, and find it so easy when those trades present themselves and alert that it'll be like butter melting. Okay, so have a great night. tonight and have a great week of trading. Okay, and it makes it very easy to assess any currency pair. Okay, it does a beautiful job of it. Okay, so it's going to bring it to 5 so it can be refreshed. And that you'll find that the first couple of times you use it, it'll take a little bit while it's loading up because it's getting history and importing history to fill in the information that the software needs. So after a day or so, you'll find that it quickens up. Yeah. And another one we like. In. Okay, so yeah. So having the software quickly assess, put a framework on what price is doing, it brings us up to speed very quick. It allows us to know what to ignore and dismiss straight away. Okay. So virtually over here, Windows 3 and 4 pretty much reflect what it's doing. It's doing nothing really of interest on the 30 minutes for us. When it was doing something, you can see the divergence. Okay. So it brings to life and highlights when there are nice big trades around, and and it does it clearly. Okay, so once again, we've got 4 time frames, so we're able to actually see everything quite distinctly. Okay, so 40, I'll say good night because it looks like 40 minutes is pretty much up, and I'll say good night and I'll have this up shortly and you'll have your email, yeah, tonight.